Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Ziggin. I don't know if how many Lego videos I'll do Fortnite Lego. We are going and do the Storm King. I thought I might as well record one of the times I go and fight him. So you're all gonna also see the insanity of the world we play on. Okay, so this is the local idiots world. We have a bunch of the local idiots on here. I think my father started the world, but a bunch of the local idiots play on this world. Not in a long time, like it's been a while. So I've been mainly focusing on doing quests. I'm gonna mainly be using ninja weapons when doing this. So if you're curious what weapons I use, if you get to the end of the ninja quest line and start work on legendary stuff, it's so easy to start making legendary weapons to bring in, and they help a ton. I'll show you what I've been doing for the boss. I'll quickly show off Amulets too, but first I hope I'm at the base. I am at the base. So it's going to take a second to load, and then you can see what we deal with for a base. It's slowly loading. So, to start off, this was just first a wall around this area. Eventually, they had castles and the wall around. Then they had the floor, but the floor didn't connect. There's weird gaps, so one of the nights I got bored, took out the entire floor and replaced it from wall to wall. So there's no weird gaps at all. And then down here we had our chests and crafting. And then after update, if we destroy the chests or something here, we couldn't rebuild because there's too much in this location. But this is where we have most of the loot. I've been going to other bases, making sure we have stuff like set up. But yeah, if I ever do more stuff, I will probably be using this base. Just want to quickly show it off before we head towards the Storm King. So, trinkets, I have the regeneration charm, the health charm. Technically, the first time I beat it, I had the epic version of this, the epic version of this, and the rare version of this. Also, I had only the blue charm of the storm charm. So, if you haven't done the Storm King before, you're gonna have two islands. One's gonna be a small island, and one will have the Storm King. So, the small island has a center cave. You go into the cave and you go down floor by floor. Every floor you'll get Storm King like eyes of the storm. You need 10 eyes to then go to the portal and activate it and go into the Storm King fight. Once you beat the Storm King for the first time, it will probably be your last quest. And then after that, you'll get the Storm King Adventure set of missions, which I'm working on. Catch a legendary Stormfish, collect 100 eyes, collect 100 Rift Shards, beat Raven 5 times, Storm King 3 times. Raven is super easy if you can beat the Storm King. Storm King is harder. So, we are going to grab 10 Eyes of the Storm. I should have enough to fight this at least one more time. I'm gonna equip this tier 7. I don't like wasting the legendary unless I really need to. Technically, I can make a bunch of... Technically, I can make a bunch of legendary stuff, but I wanted to wait. So, we are going to teleport over. I made sure I have a trinket, and I'll show you how I've set up the storm base. like I said, I really wanted to show this off once, this battle in a video. Also show off this world. There's definitely going to be more videos. I just don't know if they're going to be guides or what there will be. Oh, also, if you're curious, when we're gliding, I'll quickly show you something. Okay. So I came back. It's been like a few hours. I think it's been close to like 12 hours since I first recorded the first part. So I have upgraded tools and done a little bit more of farming, but we are back. Basically, when I came over here the first time, I technically was still within the time when it was not here, because it resets once per day at the reset time. But we are taking my path. I did this so I didn't have to climb up the staircase, because I just kept hating climbing up the long staircase. So I made my own staircase and connected it to blocks, texture, terrain up here. So in case the bottom got broken, it would still be able to be fixed. But we're gonna build the portal. It takes 10's Eyes of the Storm, and then we'll do the fight. Before we go into the fight, once the portal is active, you have an hour. You have an hour to beat it, like come back to when it's open. I'm gonna just swap out my charm and then go in. When we're in here, the two things I'm gonna do is, once we land, I'm gonna eat a burger and eat a speed thing. So talking about this fight, the Storm King fight, it's gonna go in a few methods. So to start it off, it's gonna do 3 rounds of enemies. Let me just quickly. It's gonna do 2 of these. It's gonna do 2 of these 3 times. So that was number 2. It'll happen one more time. Then we're gonna go on to this phase. So he's gonna spawn in and shrink the island that we're on. There. He's shrunk the island that we're on. So, now, all we're going to be doing is just dodging attacks. A lot of the fight is dodging attacks. But there is an order of stuff to happen. I'm using... You want some range attacks, but like I use this. Technically, you don't need a range attack. If you get him, you hit the ground. But I'll talk about that when we get to it. Once he does enough attacks, there'll be his health bar will pop up, and there will be a weak point. Then he's gonna summon 2 more pillars and have enemies come in. And then you have to just survive attacks, and you repeat. You have to do that for all 3 weak points. If you don't have a range attack, you can get attacks where he hits the ground and gets his hand stuck in the ground. If you get those attacks, then you can technically come up with melee weapons, or build up to him and, like, or just go up to him. But I recommend bringing in some type of ranged weapon. If you want to wait until he starts doing charge-up attacks or other stuff to do the damage, go right ahead. I usually just, even if it wastes durability on my ninja things, I just try it anyways. We're almost to the first horde. So, we're getting close to getting the last weak spot, and then I'll talk about this. There. So now we go after a horde. You want a high damage weapon, so I'm using a steel katana, but you could just have a regular sword. You just want a good damage weapon that can attack quickly. And then basically we just do everything again. You have to do the 3 weak points to get to his second horn. So we're gonna have to fight more troops. This is the first time I've ever seen them spawn pigs into the battle arena. I don't think I've ever seen him spawn pigs here once. From all the fights. I didn't know he could do that. But basically, same thing, just dodge attacks. That's the attack I was talking about. When he gets his hand stuck in the ground, you can hit his sides easier. If you want, you can let the stones there spawn enemies because they have a chance of dropping deep, like, loot that's from the other island. So, rift crystals and other things. They have a chance of dropping them, so if you want to wait for them to spawn to then get the kills, it's all up to how you guys want to play. This is just me showing off how I defeat it every day. I say every day. This would be the 4th time defeating it. So the last 4 days I've done it. I'll probably be on later to defeat it again. When reset happens in 8 hours. Sometimes it is hard to hit his sides. Also, if you have a lot of stuff, you can dump stuff. I technically don't need any of that, so I'll drop it on the ground. So, like, if I wait... Like, see, there's some rift crystals. You need them to enchant to get stuff to legendary. While playing, like, offline and farming stuff, I did end up deciding that I'll do a few more videos for LEGO, talking about different mechanics and stuff, and how I do certain things. My game is oh, there we go. My game was lagging for a second there, if you're curious. There. So now we break the horn, and then we enter the final stage of the fight. So, the final stage. You can, once his final horn has been broken, he can now just take damage. That's his last health bar. But if you give him enough time, I'll let him do this because he can spawn enemies. He will blast you up and shrink the arena one more time. And then he'll spawn enemies. And you basically... you just have to do damage to him. I'm just curious what he can spawn because I've killed him... the last 2 days I've killed him before he's even spawned enemies. So I'm just curious what can actually spawn from this. It looks like regular enemies. Nothing special, so we'll just defeat him. Otherwise, that was my 4th time of beating the Storm King. I hope this helps at all if you guys were curious how the Storm King is. I thought he would be a lot harder than he was, but if I did it when it released, yes, he was definitely going to be a lot harder. But since I waited until after ninja stuff came out, he's a lot easier if you've done the ninja area. Now, he can drop a few items. I'll talk about those items here in a second. Also, if you do not see a fast travel point, there is a fast travel point to get out of the arena. It is just somewheres. I can't tell you where it is, to be perfectly honest, because you just have to... there it is for me. It's just somewheres in the room. So, once you leave... you have a day before you can beat him again, but the storm is gone from the island for that day. This happens for the other island too. So I'm gonna fast travel. I'm gonna see you guys when I get back to the base, the main base, and I'll show you some items he can drop. I'm gonna add this in because I mistakenly said something earlier. This takes 24 hours to reset. I thought it was on reset that it happened at when Fortnite servers reset, but that is because I was doing it on reset every single day. Eventually I started doing it not on the same day, and then that's when I realized, yeah, it is just 24 hours after you complete it, you can redo it again. Also, I should state, I only noticed this because I started having people on the server. If you go into that boss fight or any encounter with multiple people, when you open the chest, everyone gets loot. So if you can like 1v1 the boss, like I can, just having more people in there to get more loot, it's just a lot quicker. But yeah, so more people you have in there, the more loot, like the loot drops multiple times. So otherwise, I hope this helps out. Like I said, I'm sorry. I'll say it again at the end, more than likely, that it's at reset, but no, it's every 24 hours after completing it. Okay, so the Storm King health bar gets stuck on your screen. It's been stuck on my screen every time I've beaten him. You just have to relog. You have to quit the world and come back in. So the items he can drop. He can drop this mythic sword, the Thunderclap Blade. Actually, it's technically, I believe, legendary sword. He can also drop this mythic pickaxe, which basically works like a boomerang. If you hold it, you can throw it, and it'll destroy any material, like on ceilings and stuff, within range. There is a range to it still. He can drop random items, so like crossbows and stuff. He has a chance of dropping a legendary pickaxe, ruby pickaxe. He will always drop a Shatterhorn Fragment, and what you can do with the Shatterhorn Fragment is you can either take 2 of them and make a weapon with it that has a Zap in tier 4 on it, which gives chain lightning instantly between 4 foes. but you need 2 of them, so you have to beat him at least twice. Or the better thing you can do is you can craft the legendary Storm Charm, which increases the storm duration. So it gives you like 6.5 minutes to be in the storm circle. But other than that, that's pretty much what he drops. Like I said, I've spent a little more time running around doing stuff since the last one. Since you can see, I got lucky and got the pickaxe and actual pickaxe. It drops usually 2 items. It'll either be a pickaxe and a ruby pickaxe, or both of these 2. Sometimes I think you can only get. Sometimes it might be only 1 item, but I don't know for sure. Like, I think it's always dropped 2, but I can't remember if it's dropped 1 out of all the times. Other than that, I'll end the video here. I usually end up scrapping. I'll keep that, but I'll scrap this real quick. Otherwise, there will be more LEGO videos in the future. I know I said I didn't know if I would or not, but after thinking it through, I will do more videos talking about different mechanics. There'll probably actually be... There might be a video before this that comes out talking about the new ninja area thing that got added. That is, I believe, limited time use. And I'd rather give that to people's... get that to people's attention. But otherwise, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys like the video, give a like. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I recommend subscribing to the channel to keep up with all the content. Otherwise, it's been Miss Crazy again, signing off. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night, wherever you are, just have a good day. I'll see you guys next video, and peace.